Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Global Community Connection. I am here and we come together here each and every week to be together, to grow together, to love together, to learn together, and to just check in from all over the world. Grand and glorious rising to you this Saturday morning in this month of December as the life of the universe rushes toward the end of this year. Can you imagine? Buenos dias, Queens. Buenos dias, Modesto, California. Yes, Toledo. Yes, let's get this party started. Deep bow to my warrior community, all tribes, all cohorts, and my Ojore, which are the warrior brothers. Deep bow to you. Big up to my Abundance Nation, all of you all over the world. I do hope that you are experiencing, expressing, and creating abundance in every area of your life. Good morning to the Spiritual Sanctuary family. We will see each other tomorrow as we complete our second book, God Works Through Silence, and we'll be moving into our third book, Practicing the Presence by the great Master Joel Goldsmith. Big up to you, all of you that came to the spiritual spa on Thursday. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you see all of the work that we've done? Good morning, Jackson, Mississippi, Sedona, Arizona. Good morning to you. Good morning, Detroit. Grand Rising, Arkansas. Grand Rising to you, Austria. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to the Global Community Connection. Good morning, Michigan. Happy Saturday and happy Sabbath. Good morning, Tallahassee. Happy Saturday and happy Sabbath. Katy, Texas. That's where my Orasoma teacher is, Katy, Texas. Columbia, Maryland. Good morning. Come on into the global community. The Boogie Down Bronx is here. Ohio is here. Aboru Aboye, good morning to you, my Ifa brothers and sisters. Grand Rising, Indianapolis. Come on in this morning. Have y'all started your shopping yet? I've done most of my shopping just like this. Because with this Omicron Husifati out there, I ain't going out there. I don't know what is going on. Seattle, I ain't going out there. Houston, Memphis, Muncie, New York, I ain't going out there. No. And people are too lax with their masks. I saw somebody the other day, they had a mask on like this. Now, what kind of an infection comes out your chin? Oh, we are so resistant and rebellious. Good morning, Mobile, Alabama, Wisconsin, Connecticut. Good morning to you, London, the UK, all of the UK, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Good morning, Seattle. Good morning. Yes. Now, Ivarka. Who is Ivarka? That's too close to them Trump people. My name is Iyanla. Somebody put Ivanrk. No. Yes. Good morning, Tacoma Park, Grand Rising, California. Wayne Baldwin has his face covered. Come on in. We're getting ready to suit up this morning. Ooh, we got a good suit up, Florida. We got a good one this morning. Grand Rising. And I want to say Grand Rising to my Fix It family. We spent a weekend together in Boone, North Carolina at a beautiful facility, and I'm going back next year. So I'll see you next August. Yeah? Yes. Grand Rising, Tacoma, Washington. Grand Rising, Long Island. So we're going to throw and get our check yourself card. Every week people say, where can I get those cards? MasterpieceBodyTherapy.com. MasterpieceBodyTherapy.com. Somebody started their Christmas shopping in July. Oh my God. Well, I started my Kwanzaa gift gathering and my Christmas shopping and my birthday shopping. Okay, Richmond, did you shop? New Jersey, did you shop? South Africa, good morning to you. Pretoria, good morning. Yes. Chi-Town is in the house. Philly, are you here? There's Philly. I knew who to look for. Come on, Brooklyn. I can't throw my card until I see Brooklyn. Cannot throw a card till I see Brooklyn. The ATL is here. Dothan, Alabama is here. Chi-Town is here. Come on. I'm not throwing a card till I know Brooklyn's in the house. East Norriton, PA. Yeah, somebody's got their mask all the way up. Good. Listen, It's here. We gotta do it. Buffalo is here. Buffalo got upset because I was talking. There's Brooklyn. Okay. All is well with my world. Brooklyn is in the house. Now we can throw our check yourself card and see what we get. Okay. Bang. Oh my Lord. They all are face up. So I'm going to reach in there and get one and see which one I got. What did I get? What did I get? What did I get? Okay. All right. We got go. Can you see that? Go. That's what we got today. I think we had this one before. I think so. But anyway, here it is. West Seattle, Emerald City, Memphis, Strong Beach, California. Never heard of that. Denver, Middleton, Delaware. I pass there all the time. South Africa is here. Gotcha. Yeah. St. Louis is here. Nola, are you here? Nola, are you here, Nola? San Diego's here. Everybody loves Brooklyn. Yes, it has changed so much, Cincinnati. It has changed so much, you know. I know the old Brooklyn where you could get a hot dog on the corner. Now you're drinking coffee in the middle of the block. Toronto is here. Las Vegas is here. Fallcroft, PA is here. Menifee, California. New Mexico is here. San Carlos, California. Dallas, Texas is here. Yes, I want us to know who's here. Queens is here. East Elmhurst is here. I want us to know who's here so that we understand. There's Nola. Hi, welcome, Nola. So that we know that this is truly a global community, because Nova Scotia, Canada is here, okay? Minneapolis, the Caribbean. What does that mean, the Caribbean? Where are you at? Jamaica, Trinidad, Aruba, where? Charlotte's here, okay? Silver Spring, Maryland is here, all right? Iowa, Louisiana, never heard of that. Iowa, Louisiana, Maine is here. All right, Austin is here. Got friends in Austin. New Zealand is here. Yes, all right? Come on in, because we're going to do some work today, all right? Albany, New York is here. Ossining, that's where Sing Sing is. Ask me how I know. I had clients in Sing Sing many years ago. Ooh, that place is a little rough. The UK is here. Jamaica. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Go. Let's see what it says. Go your distance, then go some more. Go away. Go alone. Go with someone else. Go now. Go tomorrow. Ask yourself why you haven't gone before. Let yourself go. Let her go. Let him go. Give yourself permission to go. Go with the flow. Go somewhere you've never gone before. When it's unacceptable to you, tell them to go to HE double hockey sticks. Go, all right? That's a big word. You know, isn't it amazing how some of the smallest words have the biggest meaning? Go. Go forward. Go for what you want. Go for your dreams. Go to bed and rest. Okay, go to hell. two words, just like no. No is one of the most powerful, self-empowering words that we have, and we are so afraid to use it. Love you, South Africa. So that's our word today, and now we're gonna suit up. I've got a different suit up for us today. You know, usually we're making a declaration about ourselves, but today, you know what we're going to do? We're going to shout out. Who do you need to shout out today? You know, so very often there are people in our lives that bless us, that support us, that guide us, people in our community doing good work, people that we read about or see about, and then we never give them a shout out. So this morning, shout somebody out and use their name. Don't say I'm shouting out my mother. I am shouting out blank because blank. Okay? I am shouting out blank because blank. Who are you shouting out this morning? Shout out somebody. I'm shouting out God. Yes, I'm shouting out God for putting up with me in the midst of my craziness. Who are you shouting out this morning? Come on, shout somebody out. Somebody that's blessed you, somebody that's supported you, somebody that has been there for you. Who are you shouting out this morning? Shout out your partner, your husband. Shout out. Yes, I take it. Shout me out. I accept it. Because sometimes, you know, we don't tell people, we don't give them their glory and their flowers while they're alive, and we see things going on. You know, I want to shout out all of the workers in the homeless shelters, because They've been doing that and watching people in the midst of their most difficult challenge and breakdown. And they come to work every day. I want to shout out the people that work in the homeless shelters. I want to shout out my manager, Rodney Scott, because let me tell you something. Rodney always gives me options, whether it's food or travel or clothes or decisions. I want to shout out Rodney Scott. I want to shout out Coach Laura this morning. I know if you like me, you love Coach Laura. I want to shout out, I call her Mama Almasi and Mama Helen. I want to shout out the whole InnerVisions transition team. We're transitioning our entire personal development program from in-person to online because it's just so difficult for people to travel now. And that program is so powerful. So we have been transitioning and people have been working. Nicole Johnson and Tamara Fiorio and Bev Smith and Kelly Giroux. It's just a whole bunch of them. So let me shout out my InnerVisions transition team and my InnerVision students, all of them, the coaches and the ministers. I want to shout out my mother for all her help. Didn't I say don't use your mother? Tell her what's her name. Put her name out in the universe among all of this goodness and glory. I want to shout out Miss Carmen, Miss Elvie, Miss Damaris, my postal workers, okay? They're in the post office, and whenever I go in the post office, no matter how long the line is, one of them will do like this, okay? And then I get my stuff done so that I don't be in the post office. Let me tell you a question. I live in a place where you can take your own trash to the dump. And people don't think that I do normal things like wash cars. I mean, wash cars. I don't wash no cars. I do have two young brothers that come and wash my cars. But they don't think I do normal things like take out the trash and go to the cleaners. And when they see me in the supermarket, they freaking out. So the other day, I had all of these big boxes because, of course, me and my husband, Amazon, have been hanging out quite a lot. So I had all of these boxes and I didn't want to leave them just for the trash people. And if you take them to the dump, they recycle. So I was at the dump in my cognito outfit. Come on, Jesse Clark. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. My 16-year-old son, Christian Perez. So anyway, I was at the dump, dumping my boxes, right? And there was a mama elder there. And she is on a cane. She is on a cane, okay? Trying to get her trash over the railing into the big dumpster thing. And I'm like, what in the blazing bejesus? So when I jumped out my car, I said, Mama, please, I'll pick that up for you. Mama is a title of respect. It's not like you, the old woman or old mother. Mama, you earn that by age and experience. I want to shout out to God for waking me up this morning. That's a hallelujah truth right there. So anyway, I see her on the cane, and now she getting ready to put the cane down and pick up I said, Mama, let me do that for you. So I went over there and I picked up the bag, and guess what she said? Are you Miss Vanzant? What are you doing here? I said, I got trash just like you. So I want to shout out all the elders this morning for just being willing to get out. I want to shout out Rebecca, Eder, and Eldbert. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Shout out the counselors and the therapists. Yes, yeah. I want to shout out the lunchroom workers at schools all over the country. Yeah, because they serve them babies food. Yes, yes, yes. Somebody's shouting out their daughter. Come on, shout somebody out. Dig deep this morning. I was looking at TV and on CNN, they suspended my boyfriend, Chris Cuomo. I'm not going to have no comment about that, but I'm just very sad that he's not there. But anyway, and I'm sad that he don't know he's my boyfriend. They were talking about CNN heroes, people who do extraordinary things around their community, and they're giving an award. But you know people that do extraordinary things, don't you? Don't you know people that do extraordinary things? Shout them out this morning. Who has helped you? Who has supported you? Who has guided you? Who has lifted you up? Who's doing something for the babies, the children? Who's working with the elderly? I want to shout out Reverend Terry Adisa White, who's working with the elders in her community in Crown Heights and Brooklyn to help them get their benefits and their housing and to do work on themselves. I want to shout out her this morning. I want to, you know what? I want to shout out, how can I say this? Okay, let me put that together in my brain. Somebody wants Chris is the BFF. Shh, don't tell. Okay. Shout out to Clyde Leonard. Shout out to oh, that went too fast. I want to shout out my friend who has called me for 2 years. Yeah, we want to shout out the teachers. We do. We want to shout out the teachers and the nurses. Yes, we do. We want to shout them out. We want to shout, somebody shouting out Dr. Hazel, somebody shouting out Lisa, somebody yes, come on, shout somebody out this morning and shout yourself out. What did you do good for somebody this week? What did you give to somebody? How were you present for somebody? Let's do something good. We always whining and complaining. Come on, shout yourself out. I want to shout myself out this week because I have been working like a Christmas elf. I taught on Tuesday. I taught on Thursday. I taught on Friday. I'm here today and I'll be here tomorrow. Wait a minute. I'm retired. And I'm working like a Christmas elf. Yes, time to slow down. Come on. Somebody shouting out Jesus this morning. Yes, we want to do it. We want to do it. I'm shouting out myself for what? What did you do? What are you shouting yourself out for? Lifting yourself out, raising your energy. Come on, just 30 more seconds. Come on, get them in. Look around your life. Look everywhere. Look around your life. I want to shout out Greyhound Trash Collection. Yeah, they come every Monday and Thursday and keep me from going to the dump. Yes, they do. I want to shout out the greeters at Walmart. When I go to my Walmart, the greeters will see me, the ones who've been there a long time, and they'll call security. And so security can follow me around. So I go to a lot of places by myself and people just freak out when they see me. So I want to shout out all my greeters at Walmart for letting security know that Iyanla's in the house and you got to watch her so the people don't jump on her. Okay. I want to shout out Pastor A.R. Bernard at the Community Christian Church in Brooklyn, New York. Yes, I want to shout out, I saw it the other day. Wait a minute. I want to shout out Kevin Hart and Wesley Snipes for their work in True Story. Oh my goodness. Did I tell you all about that last week? Oh my God. I had to watch it again. Okay. It's a little bloody, but the acting is just superior. And the storyline is just beautiful. I watch the storyline because there's a lot of lessons in the story. And you know, when I watch anything, I'm always looking for what can I teach? What's the story? What's the lesson? Them two brothers, baby. Listen, shout out to you, Kevin Hart. Shout out to you, Wesley Snipes. And Wesley's lost a lot of weight. He looks okay. He looks, cheap thrills. What can you do? All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Come on, good shout outs this morning. Good for you. Somebody shouting out Aunt Brenda. Aunt Brenda, you got a shout out. Somebody is shouting out for themselves for taking care of their 96-year-old. I don't know if that was a mother. I want to shout out my baby grandson. Good. I want to shout out my great-grandchildren. I do. I want to shout out my grandchildren. Now, I never mention my grandchildren's name because everybody who loves me ain't nice to me. And people approach my grandchildren and it's just ridiculous. So, but I want to shout them all out, particularly my athlete grandsons. I've got two of them who are doing really, really good in football and in track. You know who you are. And my other grandson who's in college, and my granddaughter who's also in college, got her driver's license. I love it. I want to shout out my two baby great grands. Okay, you know who you are. I want to shout you out. And so we begin. Yeah. Come on. Just take that in. Lifting others up. And the reason that is so powerful is because what you give, you receive. Yes. Doesn't that feel good to just lift other people up? Yeah. Come on, breathe in with me. Yes. Breathe in with me. Roll your shoulders back and let them relax. As you breathe in and breathe out. Now, you may not know this, but today there's something going on in the heavens called a solar eclipse. And the solar eclipse is when the sun covers the moon. Now, you may not be able to see it, but it is happening. And more important than it happening is the energy that it leaves us on the planet. So today, and at the solar eclipse energy, it's a time of visioning, it's a time of creating, it's a time of activating, it's a time of calling in. Because the sun, the source of light, is covering the moon, which rises in the darkness. So we can cover all darkness. Yeah. By simply calling in what it is that we desire. Nice deep breath. So I want you to close your eyes for a moment and just settle into your body fully. Yeah. And the same way that we shouted out others, I want us to implant some things in us that we can use in this coming cycle called 2022. Yeah. Now, remember when we implant, that means when we put things into our consciousness, what we do is we inhale, moving our head to the right, and we exhale all the way over to the left, and then we go back to center. Relax, relax, relax. So we're going to inhale, moving our head to the right, your right, and then we're going to exhale through our mouth, moving our head over to the left and then back to center. And what I want to do is I want us to implant some things, awaken some things within us that we can carry through this holiday season and into the end of the year, okay? So breathing in, okay? All right, here we go. Breathing in, head to the right. I am choosing to call in courage. Exhale, I am calling in courage now. Back to center. Good. Inhale, I am choosing to call in fearlessness. Exhale, I am calling in fearlessness now. Back to center. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, I am choosing to call in trust. Exhale, I am calling in trust now. Back to center. Inhale, I am choosing to call in clarity. Exhale, I am calling in clarity now. Back to center. Inhale, I am choosing to call in radiant health. Exhale, I'm calling in radiant health now. Back to center. Inhale, I am choosing to call in strength. Exhale, I am calling in strength now. Back to center. Inhale, I'm choosing to call in my vision. Exhale, I am calling my vision in now. Back to center. Inhale, I'm choosing to call in abundance. Exhale, I'm calling in abundance now. 3 more. Back to center. I am choosing to call in joy. Inhale, inhale. Exhale. I'm calling in joy now. Back to center. Inhale. I'm choosing to call in peace. Exhale. I'm calling in peace now. Back to center. 1 more. I am choosing to call in unconditional love. Oh, sorry. I'm calling in unconditional love now. Back to center. I just got another one. 1 more, okay? Inhale. I'm choosing to call in radical change. Exhale. I'm calling in radical change now. Back to center. And this one is for all of you that think it can't change. All right? Inhale. I'm choosing to call in grace. Exhale. I'm calling in grace now. Back to center. Long, deep inhale. Slow, complete exhale. Long, deep inhale. Slow, complete exhale. Now, just to seal those things that we've just put in our energy field by moving our head from left to right, I invite you to repeat these words with me, okay? Breathe in, I ask. Breathe out, ah. Breathe in, I allow. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, God becomes. Breathe in, breathe out. I ask, believing and knowing. I allow. That means I take my hands off of it. And when I do that, God becomes. So all of those things that you just put in your energy field, the courage and the love and the clarity and the vision and the purpose and the strength, yeah, it's in your energy field. So be mindful how you're moving around today, what you're saying, what you're thinking, all right? Yes, I'm choosing to call a partner into my life. That's love. Yeah, call it in. Good for you. Okay, let's move gentle. Let's move soft through this holiday season because they're whipping up a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear and anxiety be whipped up. But if you've been here in this global community connection and you've been through the antiviral message, we ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody got time to be whipped up into hysteria. Okay? So remember, you have power and dominion in your mouth and in your mind. That's what we've been talking about for almost 2 years. Use it. Stop being dependent on everybody. So yesterday, I was thinking about a message for you. Yeah, I was thinking about a message for you. And I had the message, but I didn't have the reading. So I want to tell you a story. Some of you may have heard this story before, but it's back in my consciousness again. So I want to share it with you. Okay. So give me a little leeway. This was many, many years ago, and it was around Christmas time. And my grandson, Adeshola, which means the crown brings honor. Yeah. So my grandson and I were out shopping, and we passed this place. I don't know if it was Vision Works or something. Anyway, in the window it said 2 eye exams for the price of one. Now, I didn't need an eye exam, but Dave wears glasses. So I'll buy anything on sale. Okay. So 2 eye exams for one. So I said, Dave, let's go get your eyes examined. Now he had his glasses on, but he might have needed some new ones. So anyway, we go into the vision place and we're going to get these 2 eye exams for the price of one. So Day goes and he gets his exam, and then they call me in. Now, I hadn't had my eyes examined since Jesus left Chicago, which I don't even know what year that was. Okay. So since they were doing when you look at the chart and you go E and you tell a direction the E is in, that's how long it had been since I had had my eyes examined. And I didn't know that they do everything in the machine now. So you look in the machine and you see the little letters and you tell them what they are. And then all of a sudden, without any notice, they blow some powder in your eyes, checking for glaucoma. All right. They didn't tell me. And I had the thing in my eyes with my lashes, and the powder was hanging off my lashes and everything. I was like, oh my God. So anyway, the test is over. And the doctor's name was Dr. Apple. I'll never forget that. Apple in my eye. She was the eye doctor. So she called me into the room and she said, Miss Vanzant, she said, what kind of glasses do you want? And I was like, glasses? I don't need no glasses. What? Me? Moi? Glasses for moi? Oh no, a diva such as myself, I cannot, because this was years and years ago when the frames were ugly. And so I said, why do I need glasses? So she said, well, you don't need one pair, you need three pair. I said, me? I can see perfectly fine. She said, well, I would recommend that you get some glasses for reading, some glasses for driving, and some glasses for seeing. Not one pair, but three pair of glasses. I said, but I can see perfectly fine. Now, I didn't tell her that when I was looking at the license plates in front of me, the letters were about this big. And I was wondering, why are they making the letters on the license plate so small these days? Somebody run over you, you can't even see. Okay. So, she said, I said, well, why do but I can see fine. She said, well, Miss Vanzant, your eyes will adjust to the level of deficiency present. Wait a minute, hold up. I'm going to get a sale on some eye exams, and the Holy Spirit is speaking to me. Your eyes will adjust to the level of deficiency present in your life. And how many of us limit our lives, limit our dreams, our visions to the level of deficiency that we perceive in our consciousness about what we can have, can't do, don't do, will never happen. Your eyes have adjusted in your life to the level of deficiency that's present in your consciousness. And you walking around thinking that what you're looking at is all there is, or what you see is the only thing that you can have. Many of us won't even ask for what we want because we don't think we can have it. So we diminish ourselves to the level of deficiency that we have in our lack and scarcity consciousness. Your eyes will adjust to the level of deficiency present. If you see somebody harmful or ugly or bad, your eyes will adjust, and everything that you see about them will be in alignment with the message about them that you're already holding in your consciousness. If you see that this is hard, or that's difficult, or this is wrong, or that's bad, your eyes will adjust, and everything that you're looking at will line up with what's in your consciousness, because your eyes, your inner eye and your outer eye will adjust to the level of deficiency present in your consciousness. So I left the office with 2 pair of glasses. Very happy that once I put them on, the letters on the license plates of the cars in front of me had grown. What have your eyes adjusted to? How much lack have your eyes adjusted to? How much difficulty, struggle, suffering, hardship have your eyes adjusted to? Because it's in your mind. And one of the reasons that we live in such great lack and deficiency and struggle and suffering and hardship and pain and loss is because we believe we're doing this on our own. So I was looking for a book for you last night, and literally it jumped off the shelf. And the book is Stake Your Claim by Emmett Fox, Exploring the Gold Mine Within. State Your Claim by Emmett Fox. I told y'all, I've been telling y'all, Emmett Fox has been my teacher this whole year. So I'm in Emmett Fox overload, okay? Emmett Fox, State Your Claim. Stake Your Claim. So I was reading through the book, and that's what I do. I go through the book and I say, Holy Spirit, show me. And I'll read this and I'll say, no, that's not it. I'll read that. I'll say, no, that's not it. So I was reading through the book and I got to this page that said spotlights. Now I knew I had to talk to you about the level of deficiency present in your consciousness, which we continue to shout out. We shout out our deficiencies by talking about what we can do, what we can't do, how hard it is, how challenging it is, what we can't. You ask somebody what they want. Well, I don't want to be alone. What do you want? I don't want to get hurt again. I didn't ask you what you don't want. I asked you what you want, but that's the level of deficiency present. I can't afford it. That's the level of deficiency present. So I was reading these spotlights. I knew I was going to bring you that message. And I was reading these spotlights, and this is what it says. To spend time in negative thinking is merely to add disappointment to disappointment. Okay. When you sit around thinking about how hard it is, what you can't do, what you can't have, boop, 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 you adding disappointment to disappointment. You're adding discouragement to discouragement. You're adding lack to lack, scarcity to scarcity, deficiency to deficiency. That's just one spotlight. Wait a minute, buckle up, because I got some more. It is not the chosen who are saved, but those who choose God. God, source, creator, or Risha, whatever it is for you. How often in the day do you choose God? Or do you choose what you think should be done without any consideration of the level of deficiency present in your consciousness? Just a question. No heat, no judgment. How often in the day do you choose God? Or do you choose what you think should be going on? Now the spotlight. To recognize the grand ideal is the first step to bringing it forth in our lives. When he talks about the grand ideal, he's talking about your vision. What is it that you want? To be able to recognize it, to see it. Some of us get blessings all the time. We don't even recognize it. I was praying for something in my life, and it showed up. And I didn't even recognize it. And I was praying about it again, and the Holy Spirit said, I sent it to you. And I was like, you did? But I was so thinking about not having it to when it showed up, I didn't even recognize it. I was like, oh, is that it? Okay, thank you very much. I won't be asking about that no more. So sometimes we don't even recognize our blessing. We don't recognize our gift. It's just like, you get 20 boxes from Amazon and you leave them sitting in the corner for a week. Can't even open up the boxes. We don't even recognize or accept the blessings when they come. All right, here's another one. Buckle up, because we gonna go. We going in today, all right? Listen, live one day at a time. To worry over tomorrow's demands is to lose sight of today's blessings. How many of y'all are worried right now today about what you don't have, as opposed to honoring and shouting out what you do have today? How many people? Happens all the time. All right. Here's another spotlight. Rid your mind of negative things so that there will be room for the positive. Do you know every negative thought you hold on to about something or someone is taking up space where it could be the grace of a blessing present? Huh? What they did, what they didn't do, what you got, what you don't have. Rid your mind of negative things so that there will be room for the positive. Some of us can't get what we want because we got so much negativity, and you want to be right about how wrong they were. My mama left me. My husband beat me. He ain't doing this. She ain't doing that. Those are negative thoughts in your mind that you are shouting out. Okay? Listen, there are 1,000 good starters for every one good finisher. How many things have you started in your life and not finished? How many things have you started in your life and not finished? Do you know that is an incomplete cycle of action that's taking up energy in your mind and in your life? Starting and not finishing. If you don't finish it, at least release it. Instead of saying to yourself, I need to go back and finish that. I need to go back and get that done. That's a negative thought, and it's taking up space in your mind, and it creates deficiency. If you started it and you didn't finish it, don't keep lying and saying you're going to finish it. Maybe it don't matter to you no more. Maybe you don't want to do it no more, but at least say, I'm complete with that. Oh, I'm going to teach you on the distinction between finished and complete. Okay? There's 1,000 good starters to every one good finisher. Okay, here's another spotlight. I'm reading the spotlights out of Stake Your Claim. To trust in God with one part of your mind and harbor fear in another part is to be a house divided against itself. Wait a minute. I got to read that again. I got to read that again, particularly for all of the Bible thumpers who come in here and tell me I'm teaching witchcraft. This is for you. Okay. To trust God in one part of your mind and to harbor fear of anything or anyone in another part is to be a house divided against itself. Stake your claim. Wait a minute, I ain't done with you yet. I'm going to keep on going. Remember, our card today was go. A great many of our problems arise from our separation from God in thought or deed. Sometimes that separation comes about unconsciously when our affairs seem to be going well, and for the moment, we forget about God. Just raise your hand. If when things are going good, you have a tendency to forget about God. You may say, thank you, God, but you really forget about going to God all the time for everything and shouting God out moment by moment and calling in what it is. Our problems arise from our separation from God in thought or deed. Sometimes the separation is deliberate when we see the higher, but we choose the lower. Wait, how many times do we see the higher and choose the lower? Because we don't want to do the work, or because we're afraid of how somebody will respond, or because we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or because we don't know what to do, and so we don't ask. We want to look good and show up. So we choose the lower over the higher. Just raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand, okay? Sometimes the separation is due to a lack of true understanding of God and his nature. A lack of true understanding of God and his nature. Because every 6 out of 10 people believes that God is responsible for the consequences of the choices that they made. Hello? Every 5 out of 10 people believe that God is a punishing, vengeful God. Hello? I'm going to read that again. Sometimes the separation is due to a lack of true understanding of God and his nature. That's why there's a spiritual study sanctuary. And the first thing that we did was study the aspects of God, because most of us have no clue about what God is or God's nature, because we believe in a God that was given to us, a God that we inherited, a God that somebody else told us about, and we haven't taken the time to do our own independent investigation and develop an intimate relationship with the God of our understanding, because we're so busy hanging on to the God that was given to us. Just raise your hand. I'm raising mine because I did it. In the first two cases, it is easy to see and understand the cause of the separation and the obvious remedy for our reconciliation or reunion with God. How many people need to reconcile and reunite with God? How many people? How many people are out there on their own, struggling and suffering? Because they're separated in their consciousness from God. They only call on God when they're desperate or in trouble or when they want something, and don't have a relationship with the creator, the source of your life all the time. How many people need to reunite and reconcile their relationship with God? You need to make up, kiss and make up, so that you can go forward under God's grace. Okay. However, it is not always so simple a matter to comprehend that we can separate ourselves from God through a lack of understanding. We can separate ourselves from God through a lack of understanding of his nature, her nature, the true nature of God. Okay? We also separate ourselves from God when we believe that prayerful repetition will make God change his mind in our favor. How many times have you prayed for something over and over and over, asking and begging him like you trying to convince God that you really need it? Huh? Raise your hand. Just raise your hand. God, creator, source, whatever you want to call it, is the unchanging principle and manifests according to divine law. How many people don't understand divine law? Here's one: cause and effect. And 90 or 100% of the time, the cause of your experiences is your thought and your speaking. How many people sat right here this morning and did that exercise that we did, not believing what they were creating? Just doing it. Just doing it because we really do think that we're separate from God. And because we think we're separate from God, we don't understand that God's power is right where we are. So we are creating moment by moment. Okay. How many people really understand what divine law is? What is it? And how do I access it and activate it? How many people know that? Very few. We bring our reunion with God when we realize that our good already exists and in divine mind, and that we have but to remind ourselves of this fact through prayer. Your good already exists. You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to wonder, but so many of us believe, if you believe that God withholds good, if you've ever had that thought that God withholds good because of this or that or the other thing, because you were smoking happy flowers or having sex in the back of the car, or because you spent your church offering with money, or because you don't tithe or whatever, that God is withholding good. Raise your hand. How many people are really mad at God about something? Raise your hand. How many people don't understand God? Raise it. Let's go there. That's what our card said. Go there. Anyway, we never have to convince God of our need, but rather we have to convince ourselves that God has already provided for our good. Meditate on these things in order to bring about that perfect union with God, which will make you powerful in prayer and demonstration. Stake your claim. Your eyes will adjust to the level of deficiency present in your consciousness. And if you believe that you are doing this life alone, that you are on your own, that you got to make it happen, first of all, you're delusional. If you think you can make anything happen. But the divine power, the presence of God, creator source within you can turn some stuff around. Yeah, whatever you call it, tap into it. Stake your claim first in your mind and in your heart, and then it will manifest. Can't manifest if you just mouthing the words, not believing it. Believing in God in a part of your mind and having fear in the other part. Believing in God in a part of your mind and having doubt in the other part. Believing in God in a part of your mind and then cussing and judging other people in the part of it. Believing in God in a part of your mind and being mean to people. Believing in God in a part of your mind and then wishing harm on people. House divided cannot stand. House divided cannot stand. So today, December 4th, 2021, on this solar eclipse, whether you believe in astrology or the movement of the planets or not, it's part of divine law. But so many of us inherited a God that don't believe in the planets and that kind of stuff till we think it's bad and wrong. You go right ahead. Go right ahead with that. But so many people claim to love and believe in God and life and the Lord and all of this stuff, and they're struggling in poverty, ill health, depression. How can you be in union with God and be depressed unless there's a chemical imbalance in your body? Some of us are depressed because our minds are overloaded with negative thoughts. This didn't happen. That didn't happen. My mother don't love me. My father wasn't there. My husband promised and he cheated. My girlfriend did this. Yeah, I can't. Go. Go on with yourself. So on this full moon, I'm not full moon, Lord, I'm just a moonite. On this solar eclipse, when the sun is coming to block out all darkness, I want to encourage you to take 10, 15 minutes today to sit in the corner, to go into your closet and just release that negativity so you can make room for positivity. Confess your doubts, confess your fears, confess the things that you've done, and call in what you desire now on the solar eclipse. You don't have to do it. You don't have to. It would behoove you to. It would behoove you to do so. Yeah. I have a dear friend, brother friend. He was the first and only coach I've ever had in my life, Steve Hardison, who just published his first book, The Ultimate Coach. And the book is really stories of how people have experienced him and how he has changed people's lives. He changed my life. And I haven't coached with Steve in, I don't know, probably almost 19, 20 years. We did our master's degree together. Let me tell you something. You want a good Christmas gift? Get the Ultimate Coach. Now, there's no coaching in the book. What is the principle your eyes will adjust? Law of mind action, cause and effect, correspondence, the law of correspondence, which people teach you as the law of attraction, and everybody's running around trying to attract stuff when they haven't cleaned out their mind. But anyway, there's no actual coaching in the Ultimate Coach, but it's the stories of people. And I did some work in there for him. He taught me about that. And he taught me how to see it and call it in. So, what's going on in your eyes and in your consciousness? Take some time today, dump your consciousness and call in what you want. Today is a good day. Because let me tell you something. 2022, it's not going to be playing with you. It's about balance. It's about boundaries. It's about business. It's about being. That's 6 energy. You'll be able to create whatever you want, but you will create what you are. Let me say that again. You'll be able to create whatever you want. Able. You have the capacity and the right to create whatever you want, but you will create what you are. Okay? So get clear. Get clear. What is divine law? The presence of God. Divine law is the presence of God and how it operates. Because laws operate by principles and by certain things. You know, there are traffic laws and there are tax laws. So there's tax law. And then under the tax law, there are codes and things that, well, the universe operates the same way. There's divine law. And then under divine law, there are principles that operate to make the law manifest. God is divine law. The movement and presence of creator, God, source is divine law. Okay. So I only got a few more minutes and we got our closing readings. I want to tell you a couple of things. Look at me. Look at me. Because I know when you see me, you can hear me. December 18th, 2021 will be our final global community connection. Take a breath. Don't freak. Take a breath. I have been guided to end this process for a number of reasons. One is I have got to write. A book is being downloaded to me, and I've got to write. And I know that you show up here every Saturday and then you go on about your day, but I have to prepare for this. I prepare for this each and every week. I've got to find not one, but two readings. I've got to check in to see what our breathing is. I've got to do all of that stuff. And I can't continue to do this and write. It takes time. I've got the spiritual study sanctuary on Sunday. I've got my class that I'm teaching. We're doing healing ancestral patterns right now. I've got to bring my SWIT 1 people into SWIT 2. I've got to do SWIT 1 live again. I'm choosing to. I don't have to do anything, but this is what I'm being guided to do. So there will still be ways for us to be in touch with each other. The spiritual spa will still be the first Thursday of every month. That's free to everyone. So you can see me there. I'll be doing some other classes online and I'll be writing. So I had to make some choices and I asked for guidance. And because this takes a lot of time, it's every week. Spirit has offered me the opportunity to let this go. So on December 18th, that'll be our last global community connection. The page will remain up. And what we are doing is archiving all of the messages from the antiviral messages to the current. We're going to archive them and put them in a digital format so that you can purchase it and have all of them. We did it once before, but there were some challenges in it. So I don't want to put that out. We don't put that out anymore, but we're going to take everything, the whole 48 days of the consistent messages from the antiviral community, and then the year that we've been here doing the global community connection. We just changed the name, but we've been here a long time. So on December 18th, we'll have our going away party. This page will be up. You can still go back and look at the messages. And like I said, we're going to put them in a format so that you'll have everything in one place and label it and give you a table of contents so that you'll know, oh, let me go back. This is the book. This is the thing. This is what she said. This message will be there. They'll all be there. And the spiritual spa will also continue the first Thursday of every month. And what we've done, because we're coming off of that platform we were on because it was a little glitchy. So what we've done is we've boxed up all of the spiritual spa messages so that you can go to one place and go through each, because sometimes you want to go back and you want to know something about vision, or you want to know something about boundaries or baggage or your masks or whatever. So all of the spiritual spa messages are boxed up and you can purchase them and you'll have them all in one place, even the immersion sheets that we started doing in May. So just go to Iyanla.com, spell it right, Iyanla, not IYV, no, Iyanla, Iyanla. Go to Iyanla.com, look under resources, spiritual spa, and you'll be able to purchase the box set. Now, wouldn't that be a nice gift to give somebody, that you give them an entire spiritual enlightenment library? They don't need another sweater or a pot. Give somebody something that's going to help them eliminate the deficiency in their vision. Okay. And that would be the spiritual spa box set. I'll let you know when the global community connection box set, it'll probably be early next year. And my spiritual warriors, I've got 2 all lined up for you. So I'm going to be teaching that in 2022. I'm going to do spiritual warriors live again in 2022 from the ground up. So there's a lot going to be going on, and I can't do all of that and right. And I've got my spiritual sanctuary community that I have to take care of. And then I have my Inner Visions community, classes for our personal development program, year-long program. We took it from in-person to online. That is going to start in March of 2022. So if you really want to do some intense study and really learn divine law, learn universal law and spiritual principles, Inner Visions personal development program is the way to do it, so that you don't just get these weekly hits, but you get to learn it and study it. You get feedback on it and you get to apply it in your life. So that's what I'm doing. So I have to surrender this. It's hard. I love being here with you. I think that we've done some incredible work together. The other night when I did the spiritual spa and I did the year in review, when I looked at all the work that we had covered, every month I had 30, 40 slides, And not just one word slides. I mean, really deep information on those slides in those spiritual spas. It was amazing to me. I was just like blown away. So, um, yeah, December 18th, yeah, will be our last Saturday morning together. But I'll still be around. You'll still be able to find me. And I'm going to get to work on this book. So I'm going to go forward. Go forward. Um, Also, I want to remind you that the Masterpiece luxury bath bars are still on sale. We've got a lot of sales going on with Masterpiece for the holiday, and it's all good. Yeah. I hope that you've learned something great today. I hope that you will do. Yes, 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 yes. I will. Abundance, the Abundance 40-day Abundance Program, it will start on January 10th, 2022. So we'll put up things on social media. And if you are on my mailing list, you'll get a notice. A lot of you unsubscribe from the mailing list. And then, you unsubscribe from one thing and then you don't get anything. So if you've unsubscribed, you may want to go back and re-sign up because that's how I'm going to have to communicate with you. Go to Iyanla.com. Okay. I'll be here next week though, and I'll be here on the 18th, and that'll be our final time together. Yeah. So I've got a new assignment and I'm going to follow it through, and I'm excited about that. All right. So our closing book reading today is coming from Until Today. I took my cover off of it, but Until Today. Yeah. See that? Until Today. And this message, it's actually today's message, and it's really so powerful. Okay. And this is what it says. The principle, Until Today is broken down into 12 principles of divine law, really. And each one of these principles, you study it for a month. And that's what's in this book, Until Today. And December is peace. And it says, I will know peace when I become teachable. There's a very simple way. Is that what I'm reading? No, that's not what I'm reading. Okay, yes. There's a very simple way to create space for peace to exist in your mind. The way is to admit what you do not know. Many of us reach an age, usually around 30, when we realize that there are things we need to know that we don't know. The common response to this realization is fear. Fear is usually followed by embarrassment and shame. When pressed to demonstrate your knowledge on an issue that you have no knowledge of, you will probably lie. You will lie because you are afraid, ashamed, or embarrassed to admit that you don't know and you don't know what others think you should know. Let's face it, some of us missed some basic living fundamentals. Yeah. It is perfectly okay not to know something. What you don't know won't hurt you unless you try to cover up the fact that you don't know. When you do that, the lie used to cover up what you don't know will eat you alive. No one will think poorly of you when you don't know, unless you try to convince them that you do know what you don't know. When you do that, there will be hell to pay. The hell is in your mind. It is the hell of living with the fear that you will be found out, that someone will know that you don't know what you say you do know. You can survive fear, shame, and embarrassment of not knowing by simply acknowledging that you don't know. If you do so, if you acknowledge what you don't know with a willingness to learn, people will probably have a great deal of respect for your courage. Until today, you may have been afraid to acknowledge, admit, or accept that there are some things about life and living that you simply don't know. You may not have realized that the only way not knowing can hurt you or be used against you is when you hide it. Just for today, be willing to admit to yourself what you don't know. This simple act will open your heart and mind so that you can learn what you need to know. Today, I am devoted to opening my mind to what I need to know. I will know peace when I become teachable. That's out of Until Today, today's message. Have a great, great week. Don't be crazy out there. Keep yourself safe. Keep your mask on. Shop online if you can. Go into your closet today. Go into your closet today and read my shirt. See my shirt? Let me show you my shirt. My shirt says, can you see it? Wait, I can't see it. It says, there is nothing to fear. Deep bow.